Hey there, Tennessee fans. Welcome to another episode, Tennessee Fan Talk, where the first time since 2010, Tennessee makes Alabama fall to 15. Slow first half, excellent second half. We're going to break it all down. Get in here with us.
VOLS fans, the best fans in football. Rowdy, passionate, dedicated. And this is where Vol Nation comes to talk. Welcome to the hottest spot for all things Tennessee Vols. This is Tennessee Fan Talk, where the orange and white comes to life with a dash of humor, a sprinkle of wit, and a whole lot of Southern charm, bringing you the latest updates, breaking news, and some good old-fashioned laughs along the way. We're the water cooler chat you wish you were having at the office, minus the boring stats. Whether you bleed orange or you're just dipping your toes into the world of Tennessee sports, this is for everybody. It's loud, it's proud, it's Tennessee Fan Talk. And now your hosts, Byrd and The Duke.
Hey, Vols fans. Welcome to another episode. You got Byrd, you got the Duke. We've all got a win to celebrate over Alabama. I said last week that the only way that this could be done was defensively, a couple turnovers, and defense had to score. Now, defense didn't score, but they did, have a pick and run it back 52 yards. If you're looking at this as first half, you're going, what in the world? How can you have a team that starts off fumble, punt, field goal attempt missed, interception, field goal attempt miss?
Sounds like business as usual this year.
And then start the second half, finish it out, still had 3 punts and a field goal. You're thinking, how did this person, and on top of that, have 95 yards? I think that was 11 penalties. Sorry, Alabama had 15. 11 penalties for 95 yards. How does that team win? 6 for 14 in third downs of Tennessee. How does that team win?
So what was Alabama on third down?
3 or 14.
That's how.
And then 115 yards of penalties for Alabama. They had more penalty and punt yards than they had offensive total yards.
I got a funny stat.
Let's hear it.
Josh Heupel has beaten Alabama more than Kirby Smart.
That is a great stat.
It's true. Look it up. I ain't lying.
Oh,
I'll take the win. I don't care how ugly it is.
Georgia fans have to just be. I mean, I've gotten some text today. Our resident Georgia fan Franklin
down in Duckville.
And he said down in Duckdown, Tennessee. Where
Ducktown, that's what it is.
Quacking good time. That's
Duck
right.
Down and suck D's nut. I'm just kidding.
You gotta be great if you're a Georgia fan. Alabama goes down, Georgia wins a big one, and their old coordinator Dan Lanning is now atop of the AP poll.
Yeah, well, that's really the first team that Texas has played with a pulse all year. Really,
yeah.
I mean, Michigan just got blown out by Illinois, and the throwback leather helmets. I don't know if you saw that or not. I did.
I did not.
Yeah, they had throwback-looking leather helmets. But yeah, good for Georgia. But no, going back to the third Saturday in October, if you would have looked at me at the first of the year and said, hey, they gave you 2 options. Either A, you get to beat Arkansas, but you're going to lose to either Florida or Alabama. I'm not going to tell you which one. Or you're going to lose to Arkansas and you're going to beat Florida and Alabama. I'm taking that 10 times out of 10.
Give me that. Yeah, give me that.
10 times out of 10, I'm taking that. I don't care how pretty or how ugly it is. Josh Heupel, we've never been one to question him. Nico is young. very obvious that he's young.
Dude.
Our line kind of stinks.
Hey, the line did a much better job this week than they did last.
But I don't think it's all on Nico because how many drop balls did they have?
There were
about as many throwovers as they had. Let's be honest.
I agree. You get both
Squirrel
hands
White
on a
hurt.
ball.
Squirrel White is hurt. I mean, playing with the hurt shoulder, whatever, he couldn't leave. There was times that there was balls that if he had full motion, I would think he would catch them.
Some of the overthrows, though, I'd say that 10 times fast. They were bad. They were Milton-esque.
No. They were not Milton-esque. They were just Milton.
Dude, some of those were 10 yards too far.
No.
Yes.
You're blind.
Milton-esque.
He's just the hair off. But we don't need to give him. I mean, Joe Milton. Thank goodness you were there. Hey, like I told you, I saw on the TV for him. Garantano was there. Oh. Welcome back.
It cursed us.
Well, I mean, he played for some doo-doo coaches.
They said.
Let's be honest. He is in a tight spot.
They said at halftime,
AK was there.
You can't go back out on the field because you're bad juju for our offense.
AK was there. Candace Parker was there.
Candace Parker was there. Helton was there.
Yeah, Leonard Little.
It was a big night.
Not in jail.
It was a big night. You know who I did not see? I didn't see Manning's forehead anywhere. Was he there?
No, he was not there, actually. He was not in attendance. Thank you, Peyton.
Yeah. Was he at Texas?
No, Cooper was there for sure. With his sombrero on. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of him sitting in the crowd with it. It looks like a daggum sombrero. That's how big it is.
I did not.
I've seen sub-crews with not as big hats.
I love that Alabama fell 8 to number 15. Tennessee climbs 4 to number 7. You know,
No, it's just a number. Who gives a crap? We went out. If we went out and lose to Georgia, we're going to be the first team out of the Final 12.
Yes,
that's how it works.
You know what I love? While we're just on the AP poll, just for a second, I love seeing Army 7-0, Navy 6-0. I like that. What else? I like to see, which I didn't know. The Duke had to tell me just before we started recording, was Vanderbilt, because I just had not gotten down that far yet today. Finally, and I said, even if you're putting them in at 25, they just need to be there.
You know what stat that they kept dropping on TV yesterday that's kind of pissing me off was talking about how this is the first time in 40 years that Alabama has lost to Tennessee and Vanderbilt in the same year in the state of Tennessee. But I mean, like, they played Vanderbilt every 8 years, correct? In the state? Is that how that works? Or is it I don't remember how it works. But they played Vanderbilt like once every 6 to 8 years in Tennessee. So it's not that crazy. Now, the other crazy stat that I heard was that there was that was the first time. By the way, I didn't know if you know this, but Ryan Williams, 17, lost at Neyland.
Ryan
He's the youngest
person to win, to lose 2 games in the state of Tennessee in the same year.
Yep, yeah, that's exactly right.
That's pretty.
And also another stat that they were talking about is how, Alabama beat us 15 years in a row. But they didn't say, before Nick Saban was there, Nick Lucifer Satan, before he came to Alabama. The previous 12 games before that, Tennessee won 10 of the previous 12 before Nick Saban came to town.
Right.
That's how this
it's just how it
rivalry goes. It ebbs and flows.
Back and forth. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're in the good right now until Oklahoma fires Venables and then they hire
that ain't happening.
Josh Heupel.
Too much bad blood.
Money. Everybody's got a price, son.
In between the punts and field goal, we did manage to put in 3 touchdowns on what is considered to be a tough defense.
Well, sure. I mean, that's a Nick Saban defense.
Yeah.
That De Broer has blown up. My man made the most worst career decision of all time.
Which was?
Is coming in after Nick Saban.
Yeah.
They should have thrown Lane Kiffin out there because that son of a gun one fell on the sword. Bet your sweet honey, because he's done it before.
So
But Nick Saban, or I mean not Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin's like, you know what? I'm good. Thanks. Dude.
yeah, no, I'm not going in behind there and being.
I wouldn't go to Florida if I was him, but hey, I'm good.
Well, we said that at the beginning, preseason. We said even maybe at the end of last season as well, as I wouldn't want to be the next guy up. I want to be the guy after that, or maybe even the guy after that. You don't want to be the one trying to fulfill expectations of Nick Saban. No,
for sure. So when does Urban Meyer come coach Alabama?
I do have to talk about one thing, quarterback-wise. I get that Gaston Moore has known, he's the next up guy for some reason. He knows Heupel's offense better than anyone, but isn't that third string that I just went mind blank on what his name is?
I have no idea.
Isn't he supposed to be a much better quarterback
than Gaston Moore?
Yes.
I don't know. Gaston Moore just says, "Look what I can do. Buy a pick, no problem."
He's followed Heupel.
One pick.
He's followed Heupel around. He played for him at UCF or wherever in the world he came from, and then followed him up here. And he knows his offense. But they keep telling us he knows his offense. Yep, but he's horrible.
We had Jim Bob Cooter forever. So what? You talking about the Jake Mecklinger?
Yes.
Mecklinger?
Yes.
He's a true freshman.
So Gaston Moore went out there and looked like a true freshman. Hurry up and then throw into double coverage.
My man knew what was up. He's like, you know what? This is either going to be a catch.
It's either going to be
like a punt.
Yeah, it's either going to be a touchdown catch, or they're taking it back on us.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We win. It doesn't matter how pretty, how ugly. A win against Alabama is a win against the devil.
Nico's interception not looking too didn't look good, and then when he had that,
he got hit when he was throwing the ball, dude.
And then when he got was scrambling and hey, eyes up on that. Too bad his knees went down first, but when he just lobbed it out and it was a lateral pass and pick up and go, that was really good awareness.
No. That was luck. No awareness.
It was luck.
Yep. If it would have worked out, it would have been all luck.
Oh yeah.
If it wouldn't have worked out, he would have looked like he was run out of bounds at the end of the football game.
Done that. Check.
But he's young. I'm giving it. I am a fan of the Peyton Manning idea of let them screw up. Let them learn. I know it's what have you done for me lately, but we're still not there. We still don't have all the dudes there. We've got some good receivers. We don't have a Jalen Hyatt-esque. Maybe we will.
Sorry.
So let him learn. He's learning, and I think that he came out in the second half and played much better.
Jamon McCoy, when he took that O-line's knees to the back, did you see
Did you know Jamad McCoy is 19 years old? Ooh.
Took to the... I was like, why did that guy even go over there?
I saw on Twitter today that some guy tweeted that McCoy was arrested today for beating up a minor. Apparently he was 17 years old. Somebody tweeted that. I don't remember who it was. It was very funny. That wasn't me.
That is great.
But I'm just
for assaulting a minor, had his hands all over him.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's pretty good.
And I want to know why the Texas fans ain't catching crap for throwing bottles on the field today. Because if we would have done it, we'd have been paying $100,000 fine.
Yeah, and being called classless all over the place.
Well, I guess you can call Texas students illegals.
More and more by the day.
Sorry,
I keep reaching up here and fixing my earpiece like I'm Kamala Harris.
But
in her same pair of earrings.
I'm glad that Texas got the doors blown off of them.
Yeah, it needed to be done. Someone needed to bring them down. Someone needed to bring them. I'm just glad we don't play them this year. So we are actually just before we go to break here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Missouri first time beating Auburn ever. I believe.
Golly, I was watching that game, and I mean Peyton Thorne could mess up a wet dream.
It's a kid show.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they had their chance to beat Stinkowich.
They did.
And that bum.
They did.
Brady Cook was hurt. Then he came back from the dead. They got him a cortisone shot like they did in freaking Varsity Blues.
If that needle comes anywhere near him, I'm gonna tear your arms off and beat you with them.
I mean, he is a member of AARP, so
the South Carolina game
Beamer ball, son,
took care of Oklahoma at home. Worst loss at home for Oklahoma since forever ago.
Well, Venables' buyout is $45 million.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't think so. I think
they got to be chasing a lot of tornadoes to pay that back.
Of course,
big deal down there.
A&M take care of Mississippi State. Like that matters. 0-4.
That was actually a pretty close ball game.
Yeah, maybe if Mississippi State would have scored in the third, it would have been a little closer. Texas A&M still atop the SEC 4-0. LSU taking care of Arkansas. Pricks.
I thought that was going to be better. I didn't know there was a trophy for that game, if I'm being totally honest.
I saw that it was, what's the name of it?
The Battle of the Boot is what
the Battle of the, that's right. Yeah, I saw it as a...
It should be called the Poverty Bowl. Because they ain't got nothing going on in neither one of them states.
Nope.
Or the Rice Bowl, that'd be funny too.
And what in the world is going on with Kentucky?
Well, we don't play. We play them out of the bye in 2 weeks, so ain't no telling.
I was gonna bring that up in the second half, so we'll step away and we'll begin with what happens. The Duke has given you a couple of weeks ago. He added the fourth Garantano of life, and we'll start off with that as soon as we get back from this break.
Wherever you are, we are. And we are at TN Fan Talk. Would you like to be on the show? We'd love to have you. Find our link tree in the show description. No experience or equipment is needed. Now, back to Tennessee Fan Talk. Here's Byrd and The Duke.
Hey, Vols fans, welcome back. Second half of Tennessee Fan Talk. This is whatever week.
The fourth Saturday in October.
The fourth, in which we're sitting at home, and you know what happens after bye week? We have conflicting Garantanos alive.
So which Garantano outweighs the other Garantanos?
The Tennessee beats Kentucky
I've seen some
football.
flashes of great Garantanos.
The Tennessee beats Kentucky football has been a longer standing Garantano in life than the Tennessee out of the flat out of the bye week. Wouldn't you think?
So sure, but I mean, we also always come out flat out of the bye week. Little off topic here. Sorry, I was just looking at the slate of games for when we play Kentucky 2 weeks down the road.
Yeah,
Oklahoma plays Maine. Anyway, sorry.
So,
but no,
you got Kentucky. That's horrible. And it is either, like you said, Tennessee comes out flat, and then we're still struggling through the first half, or it's like one of those first couple games where we just come out of the gate humming.
Well, it's at Neyland, and I am starting to believe that Neyland has an effect on the game, and I didn't think it made that big of a deal, but it does.
It makes a deal.
Ever since they allowed alcohol, it's made a huge difference for us.
It got a little bit more rowdy than
because you could only fit 8 airplane bottles in your cowboy boots back in the day.
And 8 is plenty.
Well, I mean, no.
Not if you're passing them around. You know how many people are in there?
I mean, we also had to buy them $5 Coca-Colas to mix them with. In the big old in the plastic cup that had John Ward on it. But it is good that we have the bye week because we are banged up a little bit.
We're banged up.
Well, I mean, everybody is, right?
Right. Especially in the SEC, everybody is, right.
Question. Do they fire DeBow if he gets beat by Missouri? There's no way.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? I mean,
under committed suicides jumping out of Bryant Denny, 10.5.
And it's in Tuscaloosa, which is going to help them a little bit. But that
crowd is kind of blasé.
You know,
they really don't know ball. I mean, I'm not saying we know ball, but more of our fans know ball. Alabama's just like, it's a social event.
You're going to Iroquois to watch the horses.
I don't know what that is.
Give my So,
I don't know what it is.
Stinkowitz is pumping that team up. Look, Vandy beat these guys. Tennessee beat these guys. Come on.
We're better than both of them. We're not getting the respect we need.
We still have to have rocks to spell out our name on the hill behind us, but...
Okay. I saw a hypothetical online that I want to ask you.
Okay.
Speaking of Stinkowitz,
Lord.
If you could remove 2 SEC schools, any of them, which one would it be? Which 2 would it be? I have my 2. What are your 2?
Oklahoma and Texas.
Okay, so what's your reason? I need some reasoning here. Just because they're the new kids on the block.
No, that was I just had to do it because they're not in the Southeast. That's why.
Well, you could say that about.
You could say it about Missouri.
Well, that's one of mine.
Of course it is.
And the other one is Arkansas.
Nah.
Okay.
Besides, so Texas you dump Texas, you dump Oklahoma, you dump Missouri, you dump Arkansas. Who do you fill it with? The U, Miami, Clemson, ULM. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
They have the number 1 water skiing team in the world, in the United States anyway.
Florida State. North Carolina.
No, you were right on 3 of the 4.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take those odds.
So I would take out North Carolina.
Okay,
and I would put Virginia Tech.
Now basketball. I'm
telling you, Virginia Tech, their game day experience is one of the best. Been to a couple games. It's one of the best.
Okay,
Interstate Man's pretty crazy, bro. Now it's not very original, but it's still pretty good.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I just saw that hypothetical. I would take Arkansas and Missouri. I would leave the other ones in, but I am very loyal to the founding because I saw a lot of people say, take out Kentucky. No, they were a founding.
Yeah, no.
Right, and that's like, take out Vanderbilt. No, they're a founding member.
You add Swanee back in if you're taking out.
Well, I mean, I think they offered Georgia Tech back in the day, and they said, no, we're good, thanks.
Yeah, they messed that up.
Well, they had Swanee, Tulane, and Georgia Tech, right?
But if you can imagine Georgia Tech with SEC money behind them.
They've got money. They got a bunch of nerds down there, bro. They're in Atlanta. They were trying to think of their best option of maybe winning at least one game. They would be in the same tier as Vanderbilt. It would be the Bookworm Bowl is what it would be called. And have a golden dictionary that they give out.
Oh, yeah, the battle of the golden dictionary.
No, it's the Bookworm Bowl.
Oh, that's right. That's just what they give them.
A Revenge of the Nerds.
the fourth Saturday, rather, in October.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make some quick picks because we know Tennessee is resting it up. Oklahoma, Ole Miss to start it out.
Ole Miss
all the way.
We've got 2 snooze fest of the weeks this week, boys. 2.
Well, here's the first one. Arkansas at Mississippi State.
That's exactly right, and I think Arkansas beats them pretty handily.
I agree. So we're Ole Miss, Arkansas. Mizzou at Alabama.
I'm actually on the call for that, so I can't pick a team.
That is such a game.
I plead the Kirk Herbstreit.
That is such... Yes. Yes.
I thought that was a good one right off the top of my head. Instead of pleading the fifth, I plead the Kirk Herbstreit. I'm on the call tonight at 7:30. I can't make the picks.
I can't do that. I think Alabama smokes them.
Sure. Whatever. I can't make a pick.
Texas traveling to Vanderbilt. I mean, good night.
We might need to look at ticket prices for that. See if we slip in there and wear some Tennessee orange.
Just to go. It's going to be 3:15 Central where Vandy is.
Oh, that's a perfect kick.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year when it's not too hot.
Right. I don't want to say Vanderbilt. I'm not going to pick Vanderbilt. I just hope Vanderbilt gives them a hard time.
I bet you see more of the Arch Manning in that game than you do Quinn Ewers. That's my bet.
Okay.
I think that'll happen because they pulled him mid-game. I don't know if that was like send a message or is that like Sarkisian kind of is like look how loyal I am on camera guy, but off camera I'm not that loyal. He gives me snakes in the grass vibes.
I just hope I hope it's not a blowout. I hope Vanderbilt gives them something because now this is not a team that you go, okay, we can't prepare. We don't got to worry about preparing for it. It's just Vanderbilt. You don't.
Well, Texas has never really played Vanderbilt.
They haven't. But Sark knows. Oh crap! They just beat. They beat Alabama. We're not just going to go in there unprepared.
Sure.
LSU, A&M. I got to give it to A&M. I know LSU is ranked better.
Nope.
But it's at Kyle Field, night game. The LSU students will be drunk already. I'm going A&M.
Well, the LSU students are drunk right now. As the recording and we dropped this at 6 a.m. on Monday. LSU fans are drunk.
Imagine alcohol's kind of.
Dude, I think
there's your other
starting to heat up.
They're starting to heat up. Fest. I just saw it.
What?
I just saw your second snooze fest.
Yep, and that is a snooze. There's going to be 12 people watch that game on TV.
I can't even believe that they're going to put that on SEC Network. It should be on ESPN Plus.
Hey, I tell you what, I was watching the Auburn game yesterday, and Hugh Freeze comes across as a D-bag, bro. On TV, he's a get off my grass kind of guy. I'm telling you, he is a D-bag. I can read him from a mile away.
Call the paper boys. Call the paper boy supervisor. You throw your newspaper on my lawn again.
I'm telling you, he just looks like a douchebag.
So does Auburn get their first win in the coal mine, or does Kentucky walk away with it?
It just depends on if they're coming up as Tigers or they're coming up as War Eagle. I need to know. I need to know what's going to be this weekend.
War Eagle.
Then they're going to win because they're going to fly high.
And if I would have said Tiger?
That's what they're going to get. They got beat in the dust. It's Tiger versus Tiger. Well, Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
Which is, let's be honest, it's a lynx. It's a bobcat. Is it a bobcat? I don't know.
A feral home cat.
Is it a feral cat? I don't know. I don't know who wins. Mark Stoops is just regretting his life decisions because like he could be at 8M right now making twice the money.
Yep.
And he's stuck, but at the same time, he has no expectation at Kentucky because he's the most winning coach in Kentucky football history.
Yep.
Let that sink in.
Yep. Well, they're a basketball school. We'll see.
So is Arkansas. Apparently.
We'll see how that changes.
Talk about an instant classic. It's going to be Kentucky versus Arkansas basketball now since Calipari coaches at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of basketball.
There was the Market Square Madness.
Speaking of basketball, we are as we're recording this on Sunday night, 7 days away from opening Indiana.
Tip-off. We tip-off. That was the word you're looking for.
Tip-off, yep.
Hey, talk about Indiana. Indiana's good at foosball right now, buddy. They're beating the brakes off people.
I saw.
But a blind squirrel plays with his nuts every once in a while.
That's right.
Happens every once in a while.
That's right. Straight out of the gate, Indiana, Gardner-Webb, Louisville.
Is that like some tournament we're playing in?
Not yet. Montana, Austin Peay, and then we head over to the Bahama.
Oh.
For the Baha Mar Championship. We were in it last year.
Well, I mean, Indiana is not a very good basketball school anymore. But they were.
They used to be.
Kind of like Nebraska used to be good at football.
God, they got handed it to them this week, too. Good night.
Well, I mean, we could be in that same group with Nebraska. At least we're a little bit. We've been better these past 3 years.
Yes. Yes, and yes.
I guess the recruits figured out that they hated to play football in Nebraska because it's colder than a well digger's ass in Butte, Montana.
Well, we got our picks in. Tennessee on a rest.
Tennessee's not going to lose this weekend, kids. That's the oldest joke in the book.
So last time that they were on a bye, they gained a spot. Does that happen again?
No. I'd say the LSU fans are mad that we jumped them again.
I look. Well, see. Well, if Vanderbilt beats Texas, then we move up again.
If ifs and buts are candy nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. I have no faith in Vanderbilt in that game. Texas is going to come to cut some heads off.
Anchor down.
Anchor down.
Vols fans, we appreciate you listening to another episode of Tennessee Fan Talk.
We beat Alabama, MFers. Yeah, so get excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Still excited. You're allowed to smoke a cigar all week on me. Just don't let your insurance know.
You've been listening to Tennessee Fan Talk. It's where the orange and white come to life. If it has anything to do with the Vols, we're talking about it. Thanks so much for listening to the show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But wherever you are, we are. And we are at TN Fan Talk. Would you like to be on the show? We'd love to have you. Find our link tree in the show description. No experience or equipment is needed. Keep bleeding orange. And see you next time on Tennessee Fan Talk.